These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously.
The National Basketball Association and the Boston Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from...
And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
For fans not familiar with the story, MP has made it clear that he wants his team to improve on defense. And we've been taking notice.
I've not been overly impressed by the defense they played since this new expectation has been set. And that's not to say it can't work, but they need to examine where they have slipped and implement some better strategies to firmly get back on their feet.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Tyler Hero out there with Smooth. And there's Jackson. Then there's Drew Eubanks. And it's Moody in at the three, the small forward.
And this is what the team wants JB to do. Punish defenses that don't respect him from the corner.
Pass to Jackson. Fires for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
A three of his own for Tatum. That is how you respond.
Smooth passes to Jackson. Here's Smooth. Pass to Hero. Lets it go with the three. A rebound by the Celtics.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And that one's good. Tatum.
excellent job finishing on the inside. Tatum doesn't fear going in amongst the trees.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Now, here's Brown after the miss from Smooth. The tray. It's hauled in by Hero. Here's Smooth, led by Porzingis. To the inside. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Toronto, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
I think for the Warriors, they've fulfilled expectations and then some. Riding high down the back 9 now, looking invincible.
Now, here's Moody. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, this offense is so much better when Jackson moves the ball.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
You got to give him an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what happens in this league. You can play your A game and still get beat.
Smooth, that's good.
A pretty talented distributor. Tyler Hero isn't one to force his own look.
Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Now here's White. 9 points last game. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by White. Tatum's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Moody. And another three for Golden State.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. Clock is at 3. Pulls it from the elbow. That's no good, and he's 3 for 5.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Smooth in the last game against the Timberwolves put together a nice evening. He added 29 points, and the way he shot the ball from deep was incredible, making a number of 3 balls. Those were ridiculous numbers he put up. See what he has in store for an encore. Can't wait to see. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
And here are the Warriors now, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Smooth misses.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Porzingis kicks to Poole. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Check out Poole taking it to the 10 with reckless abandon.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Some changes for Golden State. Barnes comes in for Eubanks. And it's Green in for Tyler Hero. Here's Smooth. He's got 5. Barnes outside. Here's Smooth. A nice jump shot from the top of the key. Smooth's got 7.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Outside, White. Brown outside. From the arc. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Well, I think they've found something. I like how they're executing. They're playing with a lot of energy. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Now, here's Poole. After Jalen Green's miss,
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
pass to Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on White.
Well, Jackson Jr. can go over either shoulder. He can face up. He's a tough cover in there.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. And here is Tatum. He's got 8. Nice ball movement by Boston. Wagner as screen on Jackson. The 3 from Tatum. Out to the right wing. Boston, no good that time either. Warriors leading by 4. Here's Smooth. He has 7. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And they've also been effective from beyond the arc tonight. And if that continues, guys, it can really open up the rest of their offense.
Peyton Watson, he's checked in for Boston. The Warriors also with a sub. Vanderbilt's checked in for Jaren Jackson.
Well, Tatum's size playing a factor there near the bucket.
And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Smooth. 9 points in the game so far. And the wide open shot from Green. Good on the triple.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Celtics trail by 7. Pritchard passes to Tatum. Now here's Watson. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Pritchard. Still yet to score. Green with the block.
A wiry guard, Green's length can sneak up on you. Might have just surprised the shooter.
Here's Laravia. A 3 ball. He can't get that one to fall. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Warriors lead by... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
They've got Wagner. Tatum out there with Peyton Watson. And it's Pritchard in a point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Through contact, Tatum.
Masterful touch on the floater by Tatum, making a difficult shot look relatively easy.
Driving the lane, outside Bogdanovich. From outside, off the mark.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
It's stolen by Vanderbilt. All alone. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
A whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
With the step back. Here's Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Pritchard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, you get a little more space out there to operate, and that helps him find the room he needs.
Here's Smooth. We saw him with 29 points last game. And there's the drive. Bogdanovich wide open. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston trailing. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows Winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates, is a big part of it.
Here's Tatum after the made shot from Smooth. Pritchard, and again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. Porzingis is checked in for the Celtics. Poole comes in for Peyton Watson. Then for the Warriors, Jackson is checked in for Vanderbilt. Moody's subbed in for... .104 left in the first half. Porzingis passes to White. Here's LaRavia, covered by Barnes. Here's Brown. That one's off, still out of sync.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Here's Smooth, 13 points in the game. Pass to Santos. Here's Smooth, down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's LaRavia. Here's Poole. And no good. Good D by Barnes. Here's Smooth. He carries a very heavy load for him offensively, averaging nearly 32 points a game. So it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Facing good shooters, you have to extend your defense early in the clock. Let those guys drain a few and get into rhythm. You're toast.
And we've got the playoff picture. And that about wraps it up.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by Jaren Jackson.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Moody is out there with Jaren Jackson. And there's Smooth. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Eubanks in at the 5, home in the paint. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Here's Smooth after the basket by Boston. Outside, Hero. The 3 drills the three-pointer. Hero's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, no time needed for Hero. He's always ready to fire.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. Tatum, no good.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Outside, Jackson fires at the elbow. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
Well, usually a guy who's more inside or out beyond the arc. But the mid-range isn't an area that Jackson Jr. needs to avoid.
White, wide open, he fires. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight. Pass to Moody. Some nice passing by Golden State. Smooth misses. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And it's White missing.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Smooth passes to Eubanks. Porzingis comes with the double team. Jackson finds Hero. Here's Smooth. And Boston with the rebound.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Celtics trail by 8. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Porzingis passes to Brown. Tatum against Jackson. Tatum down low. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And Poole puts up a deep 3. Smooth with the rebound. Smooth's got his 6th rebound on the night. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Pass to Moody. Here's Smooth. They set the pick. This one for 3. He's off on that one.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Moody. And Jalen Green subbed in for Hero. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Well, you talk about a guy who could start for any team in the league. That's what Jaren Jackson is all about.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 7. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Tatum draws the double. Porzingis sets the pick for White. Lets the 3 fly. Boston, no good that time either.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Smooth. White covering. Here's Smooth. He's got 15. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in. Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good. Again, it's Jackson Jr. His combination of size and shooting can be deadly.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Inside, Tatum!
Well, look, you're talking about one of the more dynamic scorers in this league. Jason Tatum putting on a show.
Down low. Here's Jackson. Nails the baby hook. Jackson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, he's been a lot of their offense, and the numbers certainly show it.
Porzingis with a screen on Jackson. Here's Tatum. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better, bigger, faster, more skilled. there's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
Austin with the ball, following the score by Golden State, and the shot goes down. Tatum's got 22.
Well, you know, there's still some value in the mid-range jumper, especially when it's Jason Tatum taking the shot.
Here's Smooth, 15 points in the game. A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Drills it from outside. Bogdanovich has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Celtics trail by 10. Now, here's Poole. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got 7.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Green passes to Smooth. 1:02 left to play in the third. Misses the wing three.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Pass to Laravia. Fires the three. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Warriors leading by 8. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Jason Tatum. The Warriors have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Santos is checked in.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Tatum's got 24. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Barnes outside. Here's Smooth, guarded by Tatum. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go for it. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead, heading it. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Mo Wagner out there with Tatum. Then there's Peyton Watson. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Laravia. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Watson. Smooth passes to Santos. Sinks the triple. Santos has got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Tatum on the wing. To the right side. Here's Pritchard. No good on the 3.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Moody. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Smooth. Pulls up on the wing. And it's Laravia with the rebound. Celtics trail by 11. Tatum with it. Eubanks defending. Here's Pritchard. Now Watson. Pass to Laravia. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for him.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Now here's Tatum. Wagner kicks to Watson. The Warriors pull it in. Here's Smooth. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Santos, no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Here's Tatum. Banked in off the glass. 26 points for Jason Tatum.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Out to the right wing. Here's Smooth. Offline with his three.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, Wagner showing some toughness there to get through the contact and hit the shot.
Pools checked in for the Celtics. And the Warriors also making a change. Jackson's checked in. Here's Smooth. Pass to Eubanks. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And the Warriors lead by 7.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Tatum on the wing. Warriors with the rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the middle. Jackson is doubled. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, that's the kind of aggressive play you want to see from Jaren Jackson.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Well, I love how aggressive they've been. They've been taking it right into contact, and then they're going to the line and converting.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
Here's Smooth. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Here's Smooth. Jackson, a screen on Tatum. Offensive rebound for the 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Brown dishes to Tatum. From the wing. It's hauled in by Hero.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone has afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Pass to Eubanks. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Now, here's Poole. Left side, Tatum. Poole finds White. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Here's Smooth, guarded by Tatum. Smooth passes to Eubanks. Here's Smooth. Jackson, a screen on Tatum. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Yep, that one goes. Jackson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Jackson's ability to both dive to the rim as well as pop out for a jump shot makes him an excellent partner in the pick and roll.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. Coach is not happy with that three-point battle. He told his team, we're down because they're making more threes than us. We have to defend the line if we're not making them at the other end. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Smooth. Back to Moody. Hero passes to Smooth. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Tatum. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Smooth. Drives to the hoop. Back to Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Warriors.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jaren Jackson.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Here's Smooth. White with the defensive effort. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
Good game, MD. That's what I'm talking.